Hello, everybody. I have got a quick. I don't know why. What is this? What are we doing here? I guess I'm just talking about Lord of the Rings these days. So yeah. I obviously not playing Aeon anymore, and I've kind of been. Playing around just a little bit over here in Lord of the Rings. I don't really know that I'm gonna be putting much more into this, but I did want to bring up some interesting things. I think I'm probably gonna focus mostly on the new legendary system, and I think it's really good. If I can, let's see. I'll talk actually just a little bit about. I need to get to the spot where the legendary items are actually at here. So I'm gonna try to not fall off into the water here. Okay. And I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of the old system versus the new system. And because I haven't played this in actually quite some time, I did a video like way back when Bjorning came out, because I had played just for a little while. I still really actually like this game. It's kind of cool. You know, the graphics are dated now, and you know, I don't know. I think one of the things that I like about it is the combat pace. You know, it doesn't feel like, I don't know. It doesn't feel just like super crazy fast, where you know, you get a little bit of time at least to think about kind of what you want to do. Now, I mean, I don't know how much how much that's actually happening in average combat, right? It's probably like, okay, do whatever you're, like for me, for like my builder moves, like whatever, wild attack, swift strike, and then, you know, let a remorseless strike rip, and then like rinse and repeat. But all right, anyways, this is let's get to it. I wanted to talk about the legendary system now. I actually, like I said, I really like this one. To be fair though, I liked the old system too. So, let's see if I've got any. Do I have any left? Oh, I bet they're outside. Crap. Let me go grab it really quick. I'm pretty sure I still have some left, and I think they're just in my vault. Let's see though if that's the case, because I'm gonna feel foolish if it's not. I might have to log into a different character. Open vault.
How can I be of service?
Poop. Yeah, I don't. Oh no, I don't have any left. Wow, I broke them all down. I guess I did. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Oh crap, that sucks. Okay, well, I'm gonna log to a different character because I know I have some on some other characters. Yeah, whoopsies. That's a big whoops. Okay, there we go. Alright, we'll log into the other champion here. I have like a billion champions. This is my favorite class, and I always like. This is my original one. I made a man, you know, champion back when the game first came out, and they were really good. They might still be the best. I don't know, but I like the elves better, to be completely honest now. Like the man used to have like their heal was amazing. Like it was basically a full heal, but now that the game is so old and, you know, max level is like 130 or something crazy now, the man heal just isn't what it used to be. It's like, you know, super not. Yeah, it's, what is this? This is a half. Well, it's still half my health at 85, but I think my gear is really bad for a level 85. So, anyways, let's take a look at these legendaries. So I don't think you even use any of this stuff anymore, which again I think is kind of stinks, because I really like this old style. I think they just wanted to make it easier, right? Like this process actually is pretty intense and does take a long time to like build your legendaries in the way they used to be. So this stuff is basically obsolete now, but like. Alright, so this is my champion, whatever relic, right? It goes in my, whatever this, like, class slot, I guess is what this was called. Excuse me. So, you had, like, So what do I have on here? 30% reduced cost for Swift Strike, Swift Blade power. So it's a huge power reduction. Minus 10% blade line AoE. So basically your AoE power costs. So like just, you know, it's cheaper to AoE basically. I got some might down there, which is, you know, might is just a basic stat. Vitality 2. These were all, so those were called legacies, and they were, you could swap them out, you know, for different ones. So you could kind of like build them or build your relics like, you know, in specific ways. The crummy thing was, so what is this thing? Got 2, 4, 6, 7 slots. And that depends on like, you know, or it depended on the quality of your item, which is actually, it actually is kind of annoying that, you know, you needed to have, you know, super high quality items, which, you know, whatever. I guess it wasn't that, like, it usually took like raid items to get your best, like the best of it. You could get, like, I think there's like 3 different tiers, right? You had your, like, your basic legendaries, and then you had your blue ones, and then you had the gold ones. And the gold ones had, you know, basically they were just better because you could put, or they had more points because you could, like, level them up more, which, you know, whatever. But anyways, so what they did there, probably one of the more annoying things was when you first got this, you'd identify it and it would have 3 like random legacies on it, like just completely random. And then, so you would have to get multiple legendary items, and then you could like pull those legacies off to put them on, you know, whatever. So like, let's just say you made your gold legendary, right? And it had, you know, I don't know, a bunch of legacies that you didn't like. Let's just say it was just a total dud, and like none of the legendaries that you wanted, which I think the chances of that happening was really low, but, you know, they can have really, really crummy legacies on them, so you'd have to, like, you know, swap them out and stuff. So basically, it really is just a lot of work to get, because you'd have to go and find another legendary, you know, slot it, and then, you know, whatever level, or get, you know, whatever it was called, like legendary experience, and you'd have to level it up and, you know, get to the point where, okay, now this has got a bunch of legacies on it that I like, and then you could basically, you could pull them off, or pull, I don't know how many you could do at a time. Maybe it was only 1, I don't remember, but then you could take that legacy and then put it onto whatever the item that you actually wanted to level or keep. And then on top of that, like, the different legacies had tiers. So, like, you know, a tier, and I don't remember how it broke down, right? If it was like a tier 1 legacy was really, really bad, and like it would take you a bunch of points if you wanted to like level it up, like, right? So like, let's just say, so I've got a tier 9. Let me see if I can pull this open here. Oops. Here we are. Yeah, that's exactly what this is. So it was rank 9, right? So here, this is a rank 1. Oh, maximum rank. That's weird. Okay. Oh, this one instead. This makes more sense. So this is a rank 4. Oh no, I think I'm using the wrong terminology here. No, okay, rank. There must be, so it's ranks, and then there must be like tiers or something. Yeah, mine are tier 6. That's what it is. So it's tier and rank. Rank is just basically, you know, whatever. Ranks are ranks, and you know, I think it looks like the maximum rank of anything was 9, but the tier is important. So I don't know what minor tier 6 is. Maybe that's the best, but like, so let's just say that was a minor tier 1. If it was minor tier 1 going from rank 4 to rank 5, it would cost more. So like right now it looks like it's 9 points, yeah, to go up to the next rank. If that was a minor tier 1, it would cost way more, right? So that was another aspect that just made this process extremely tedious, and it was hard to like rank these tiers up. Like, you had to get items, like, you know, of course it's like do dailies to get these items that you can then exchange for the thing that tiers, you know, it's just super complicated. Now, it's one of those deals where once you get the hang of it, I didn't think it was that big of a deal at all. It's just time consuming, right? And so, let's go back to my other character, and we'll talk about kind of what they do now instead. So again, I actually really liked this old system. Again, it was time consuming, but I felt like once you were done, you know, it felt good to have a really good, you know, weapon. So, but again, you know, time consuming. And I think that just because of the fact that the game, you know, now is so old and the legendary system is old, and there's kind of so much to it, I think they wanted to just make it easier for, I mean, my guess is like new players, really specifically, to have like a process that's not so time consuming and doesn't take so much effort, because it really is. It really is intense. Again, and I like it. I like it. I mean, I'm not saying that I don't, but I can see why they've wanted to make these changes. So, all right. So let's take a look here at what they're doing instead. Now, I already had what is it? Like, there's a currency called like scripts, and scripts are what you trade to this person here. And this is in, obviously, I'm in Rivendell. So let's see here, open legendary. I don't want to barter items. Okay, so basically, these things are called scripts. Who will aid you? Blah blah blah. You get scripts by doing different things. So like, one of the easier ways to get scripts, it seemed to me, was to use this Flame of Calamir. I think this is buyable. I'm not sure. I just had this automatically when I logged in, so I don't know if. Oops. Oh, I don't have anything to use it on anymore. Oops. I don't know what I just did. I think I just... Oh, I'm using items because I'm a dope. That's funny, though. Okay, so... I guess I didn't realize that, but okay. So if you right-click your flame, and then you accidentally just right-click something else. So, like, nothing... If you notice here, everything is grayed out. That's because I don't have anything to use this Flame of Calamir on. But you can still click items in your inventory and it uses them. So that looks like that's a bit of an error, which kind of funny. I don't know. I used something here that, you know, whatever, doesn't matter. But so normally you can use this thing on like these. What are they called? Oh, they're like these things. I think they're traceries. Yeah, traceries or trackeries. I'm assuming that's traceries. I don't know. That's a really dumb word, by the way. But you can get these from like instances and stuff, and I've got a ton of these. And so if you get these, you can then use the flame on them to break them down into scripts, and then you can use those scripts to trade for you know, your legendary items or other traceries. So basically, the first thing that I did was I had a bunch of actually old legendary items, which I don't have anymore, so I can't show you. But let's move this over here. So I actually had a bunch of scripts that I was able to then buy or barter for an item. So let's just see here. I'm a champion, so this looks like this is alphabetical. So here's an axe. I don't use axes because I'm a elf, or this is an elf anyway. So I think I went with a sword. Yeah, champion sword of legends. So so what I did here was, and you can actually see here, so it's got, what is it, 75 DPS, and then 3 empty slots, and that's at level 51, and you have to be, well, I mean, it looks like you have to be, oh, minimum level 45. Yeah, I think you can, like, throughout the story, once you get to level 45, that's like when the Moria chain kind of starts. That's when you can first start getting these. So you have to do that stuff first, which obviously I did a long time ago. But champion sword. So yeah, so you can buy it. I'm not gonna buy this one though because I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. So you can actually, let's do that. Why not? I don't give a rip. I have so many scripts that it doesn't matter. Okay, so that gives me the sword. Now, the next thing that you want to do, especially if you've leveled up, is to open the legendary item forge. And here it's already popping that sword in here because because it's super low level, and that is going to let us level it up. But I want to show you something really quick first. So let's drag this to this little flame. If you notice, on your character screen, you've got a little flame down here in the bottom. You just drag your item over there. And then you can look at this stuff a little bit more. But if you notice here, so it's got 3 open slots right now. That increases as the item level goes up. But it's got a slot for a word of mastery, actually 2 word of masteries, and then 1 word of craft. I'm trying to think of what those are. Basically these are your legacies, and they operate almost the same way as your old ones did. I mean, pretty much the same way. So I'm just gonna buy one here. Let's see. Let's do devastating strike damage. These are actually all garbage. I shouldn't buy these. I should be at least taking a look at these ones instead. So if you notice here, okay, so you've got cheap ones here that are yellow. So let me just take a look here. So this wild attack damage is 40% wild attack damage and then plus 30 might. And then I'll show you the other one. Wild attack damage. So 45% wild attack damage and 30 might. So it's 5% more damage at a trade-off of 100 ancient scripts. Now, the blue stuff is even better, obviously. So let's take a look at the first blue one for... Why did I pick the farthest one down? So 50% wild attack. Basically, it's giving you 5% wild attack damage every tier this goes up. Now, the problem here, this is where we run into the roadblock. I don't have any of these Shattered Khazad-dûm traceries. I assume these... my guess is they come from the Moria instances. But don't quote me. I don't know. I haven't done this. I haven't picked up any of those. But obviously, really, what you want to do here is that's what you want to do. you want to get these because it's going to be the cheapest way to do this. Well, easiest maybe way to do it, I would say. So what you want to do is you want to get yourself a cracked Khazad-dûm tracery, and then you'll have the 1,000. Well, you'll have to have the 1,000 ancient scripts, and then that'll get you the best tiered up tracery. And then once you've done that, so that's what I at least recommend doing. Maybe there's a better way to do this. I don't know, but and it's probably going to be different if you're leveled up, right? Like if you're max level or something. You're probably running instances that are on level, and oh man, look at this. This is gonna take so. Okay, I guess that doesn't take that long to get to the end. Okay, but let's take a look here. So 55% wild attack damage, and then 2,940 might. That's insane. That's the best tiered up wild attack, but it's gonna take you a cracked Gundabad tracery. Again, I don't know where this comes from. It probably actually even says on here, part of this token in Rivendell for... Oh, no, it doesn't. For 131. Oh, yeah, no, it's not telling us where. I assume it comes from, like, the end game dungeons. It's probably one of those deals, too, where all I have to do is, ask in chat, and I can probably get the answer. But, I'm 87, so I'm not going to be running end game stuff anyway. But regardless... I think, especially if you're solo, I don't know if I'd be able to do, maybe at level 87 I could do some of the Moria stuff solo, maybe. No, probably not though. I don't know. I vaguely remember having to take my Bjorning and my champion together in one. Whatever. It probably doesn't take you many people to go into some of those and actually get these cracked Gundabad, or not Gundabad, I'm sorry, cracked Khazad-dûm things. But anyways, why do that? I don't know. My opinion is, again, if you're not max level yet, well, you gotta get in somewhere, right? And I'm guessing here that is the best way to do it, is to go into, like, again, I think it's the Moria. It's probably the Moria instances, and get these, and then exchange them, because, obviously you're just gonna get more out of your traceries and your time. So, let's just see here. What have I got? Oh. Let's actually buy one, and I'll show you. So, like, let's just say you haven't done that, right? You haven't done any of the instances. You're probably just starting out. You probably don't have much for scripts, right? So probably what you want to do is stick with, like, this thing and buy, let's just buy one of these, right? Buy the purple one. You probably don't want to go with the gold ones, because these are, not as good. Yeah, they're cheap, but yeah, just not as good. So let's put this on, and I'll just show you how to do it. Oops, I'm in the wrong thing. Wrong screen, buddy. All right, so let's drag the item that I'm working on, right? And now, so this is a socket type, and it even says there, Word of Mastery, right? And each, obviously, you're going to need to go to the right one. So, like, here's the Guardian one. Here's the Brawlers. Captain, the champions up here. You know, you'll just have to figure out which one that you need to use. And then here is the one that I got. So that's the wild attack damage. It is a Word of Mastery, and I'm just going to drag it over here. And then are you sure you want to add that? Yeah, I am. I'm pretty sure. Okay. And then I'm actually, you know what, let's buy one more. Just because, why not? So let's do Remorseless Strikes. I like Remorseless. I don't even know if that's the best, like, you know, single target damaging skill now, but for champion, but I like it. So I'm gonna put it on anyway. All right, so let's drag that back. All right, so there's Remorseless. It's in my Remorseless. Jeez, back in my inventory. I'm gonna drag this over. Oops. Yep, right here to the other Word of Mastery slot. If you try to drag it over the top of your other one, it'll ask you. It'll be like, "Yo, dude, you're trying to replace that? Do you want to do that?" I'm gonna pick no because I don't want to do that. I don't want to replace the wild attack damage on there. But that is how you can replace. There's probably a way to pull. Well, I don't know. Don't quote me. I don't know if there's a way to pull your old trade. Actually, there almost has to be, right? I have a hard time believing that they haven't, you know, added that in some form or another. It's probably going to take you like Lord of the Rings points or something like that. But anyways, I'm going to put this one on here. So that gives me Remorseless Strikes damage. Okay, so I have one slot left. And I have Word of Craft. Which one's Word of Craft? I don't know if Word of Craft I think are in here. Okay, so these are Word of Power. I don't even have one of those slots yet. Here's Word of Craft. Okay. So let's just see here. There's all kinds of fun stuff in here. Physical mastery rating, block rating. I'm not gonna block, right? Crit rating. Ooh, I like that. I like crit rating. I'm probably gonna go with that. Yeah, look at, there's all kinds of them. There's all kinds of fun ones. You'll have to obviously you'll have to check at, you know, or look at these and see which ones you want. I'm probably gonna go with crit rating. You know, tactical mastery. That's probably for your casters, right? If you want to do damage, or like your damage casters. Evade rating, parry rating, physical mitigation. Yeah, that's like your tank stuff. Perfect healing, outgoing healing rating. There you go. That's for your healers. That's probably obvious. But all right, so I'm gonna do Power Destruction because I want the crit rating. I like crit. I'm a big fan. All right, so let's go into our inventory. We'll pull our sword over here, and we will pull over the Word of Craft. Yes. Okay. So that's that. All right, now the next thing that we can do is, again, because I'm already level 87, I can go to open up a legendary item forge, and we are going to reforge that. So apparently you can even rename this. Let's just name that test because we're testing. Let's reforge it. That was expensive too. That was like 5 gold. Jeez. No legacy was upgraded or added to this legendary item. Well, why not? You a piece of junk? Okay. So it added all kinds of stuff. All right, so it added up our first, I think that's a power slot, right? And then it added, it looks like, I can't even tell what this added. Let's do this. This might probably be easier to tell if I do this. Okay, so a Heraldic. Heraldic? Wow, this. Okay, I gotta scroll using this because otherwise it's too quickly. Heraldic, and then another Word of Power, and then another Word of Mastery slot. Okay, so let's grab, and then if you notice here, this Word of Mastery, you can see here it's at level 51 out of 125, and that is where these come into play, enhancement runes, and The crummy thing is it doesn't change. I don't think it. Oh, maybe it does change the top. Let's just see here. Let's just take a look. I think I've got some enhancement level 115, 125. I probably want to use these. Yeah, because these look like they're not as strong as these. All right, let's do that. Let's do the wild attack damage though. So I'm gonna drag. So this is all you do. You just drag, right? So enhancement runes. Drag over to here, and then it's gonna ask you, do you want to use this on wild attack? I'm gonna say yes. How many do I want to use? Well, I'm gonna use apparently 64 of them. So let's just take a look. I think this one stays the same, the 45% wild attack damage, because that doesn't go up unless you actually use the, like, you know, purple or blue or gold. I thought I used a purple. Oh, this must be, yeah, it's just goofy. That, I don't know why that doesn't look like it's a purple one, because it is. But, all right, I'm going to use those. But there you go. So, see, it didn't increase the 45% wild attack damage, because, again, it's not going to, because this is the purple one, or the purple version of wild attack damage. Again, if it was the blue, it would be if it was the blue, it'd be 50, and then if it was the actual gold, it would be 55. But again, and I don't like how this stays yellow. That seems confusing. It should be, because this one should have been a purple one. Whatever, but though that's just a minor issue. But that did increase the might. Okay, so we got a bunch more might because of using that, and it looks like, oh, that's why. Okay, so you see there it says enhancement level 115. That's why I'm only at 115 out of 125. So now I can use these 3 if I really want to bring them up to 125. I'm not going to bother because I only have 3 of them, and that's not going to max it out anyway. But let's grab, whoopsies, I should take a look at this again. Drag this over. So what did we get here? We've got still 1 word of power slot, a word of mastery slot, and a herald. So basically 1 of each. So I'll just take a look here at what would another one be. And again, we're gonna want to use a purple one at least. Blade wall damage, ferocious, fight on, fury of blades, no, raging blade, horn of Gondor. Rend post. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to do Swift Strike. Yeah, damage and power cost. Yeah, I'd probably do that. So we'll grab that one. And then let's go take a look in here. At, okay, word of, I think word of power. Wait, word of power. Okay, let me just take a look here. Make sure I'm using the right stuff here. Mastery. Oh yeah, okay, we're good. So, all right, so we're gonna drag Swift Strike to our last mastery slot. Now we've got a power slot and a heraldic still. So let's, oh, here's heraldic. Jeez. Word of craft, word of power. Okay, so I need to grab a word of power. Let's do, probably gonna do like a single target. Damage over time. Boom, 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 no. Oh, and I probably want, yeah, I want to get into the purple stuff. Damage over time, crit, no. Ranged attack extension, single target attack criticals, or single target attacked damage. Probably want to go with damage first, just flat damage over the crit chance and magnitude. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. And then we'll do this again. Drag this on over. And this is a word of power, so we'll put it there. Now, probably what I did, or I'm guessing what I actually did here with my the ones that I actually have my good ones, I probably went with single target attack damage on the weapon, and then I went with single target critical like crit damage on the other one, right? So I get one of each. And that's because this is my single target setup, or which I think is really good for leveling. I mean, not to say that AOE isn't good for leveling too, but all right. So let's put our Heraldic on the last. This is the last slot that we need. I'm gonna find a purple one. Oops. Okay, this is okay. All right. I think is it Lion? Might, Vitality, Physical Mastery. Yeah, probably. Agility, Vitality. This is more for like a hunter. Eagle, no. Ox. Might, Vit. Okay. It looks to me like Heraldry of the Ox is more for tanks, right? Because it's got more Vitality than Might. As opposed to the Lion, which has got more Might versus the other Vitality. Alright, so that's what I would go with for my champion. Because I'm more DPS oriented. So, alright, so let's drag that again. And we'll drag the Heraldry over. Plunk. And that's basically it. So that's a good start to, a legendary. Again, I'm not going to level this one up at all. Basically, I've just remade the weapon that I've already got here because I just wanted to show you guys how to do this. But it ends up being a pretty neat system. And then really what I was doing then, and if you play with people, or you've got whatever friends that play, or what is it called in this? It's like is it a legion in this game? No, fellowship. It's fellowship, right? Fellowship, I think. Whatever. You can go actually do some like either the end game dungeons. I mean, depending on what level you are. But one thing that I was doing was I was just going into the it was a 3-man. Let me find it here. It's like the library or something, right? Yeah, here we go. Library. No, it was a school. I like the school better than the library. I don't really like the library that much. School at Thamir Dane. And actually, so the end of this one, you actually will get the blue. What is it? Are they legacies? Whatever these different things are. Traceries. I have gotten heraldries out of there. I've got word of powers. I've gotten word of masteries, and I believe I've gotten word of crafting as well. So it's random. The problem though about the school is you'll mostly get purple ones. You will get blue ones though too. Traceries, that is. Because I only was doing tier 1s. I don't even think you can. Yeah, you can't even do higher tiers with the school. So I mean, honestly, especially if you're playing with other people, you really don't want to go this route. You want to get into the end game kind of stuff where you can at least get the golds. So again, I don't know where the first ones start out with or at. Like if you can go right into the stuff in Moria. I don't know if those ones give out golds. I'm assuming they do though. But yeah, you would want to go with that because the problem is like this stuff takes a lot of these. What are these things called? Enhancement runes, right? Like you're gonna use a ton of these, so you really want to kind of be, getting more bang for your buck, I guess I'd say, when you level those up. So again, that's what I would say to do. If you're playing those solo, you can go into the library or the school up there, Merdine or Merdine, whatever you say that, and just run those. And I spammed them and got a bunch of really good tracers, but it did take me quite a few. So up to you on whether or not you want to do that. And I would say that this system is just a lot easier. It's a lot more basic. There's not like as much to it, I think. But it is still really good, and I think it's interesting. Again, I think that this will help out too, especially like new players, because the old legendary system was just super complicated. And as much as I liked it and I think it was good, I think that this will be good though too, because again, I think it'll be a lot easier. The last thing I wanted to touch on, and this is just not random, but kind of random, is the virtues. I actually really like what they did with these. So back in the day, If you look here into your deed log, let's just go to Eriador, and we'll go to the completed ones. So let's just say I wanted to level Charity for whatever reason. It's whatever. There were specific deeds that you used to have to do, right? And this, keep in mind, this change is pretty old now, but it's really cool because what it used to do was, so this is kind of a lame one. Let's take a look at here, like Barghest Slayer. Okay, so Barghest Slayer is whatever. That's your basic one, and you wouldn't get a deed, I don't think, ever from that first one. But there would always be a deed for the advanced. Yeah, that's kind of how it works still. So for Barghest Slayer Advanced, back a long time ago, and when the game first had come out, Barghest Slayer Advanced may have been like it might have been related to discipline. So if you focused on, and of course you only have 5 virtues that you can equip at any one time, so it didn't really do you that much good if you weren't going to use Charity to level it up. But one of the interesting things now is that you don't have to go to like just do the Barghest to get discipline. We'll just say that you don't like whatever the Barghest Slayer for some whatever reason. Maybe Barghests are really hard to find. I don't think they are, but if let's just say they were and you wanted to still get determination, well, you could go do the Brigand Slayer instead. But the key here is that you need to click on whatever one that you want to learn at any given. So like right now I'm earning confidence. So like if I complete, well, which I already did, but if I complete Brigand Slayer, I would get 2,000 virtue experience that would go toward confidence right now. I don't know how that, I don't know what 2,000 virtue EXP like equates to. Like, I don't know what this is. Is this 1,000 for every one level? So like I would get 2 levels? I don't know. I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's how that exactly works, but it is cool because you don't have to now do specific deeds to get what you want. You can just do anything and it'll go towards what you want. Again, as long as you are actually earning it. So like if I wanted to change to determination instead, see, I just click it and it goes to that's earning. And then if I want to swap them out, obviously that still works the same as it did before. You just drag it up there. Oops. There we go. Yep. So yeah, that was just the last thing that I wanted to touch on because I thought it was so awesome. Like, it's such a good change from the way it used to be before. Like, there used to be or there is a deed still. There's 2 of them that are just horrid that I just hate. And they're the ones in the Shire. One of them is for delivering pies, and one of them is for delivering mail. And it was back in the day, you know, that was the only way you could get, or not the only way, but there were 2 of the deeds that you had to do if you wanted to get the Innocence deed done. And Innocence was really good for like resistance and stuff. I don't know if it's still like the best one nowadays or not, but it is really nice to just be able to do whatever you want now instead of having to do those specific deeds. So again, it's a change that happened a long time ago, but man, it is so nice that I really wanted to bring it up. The only thing that I would say about this game that, and I don't foresee it ever changing, like one of the things that they could do to make this better would be to be able to do kind of like what Final Fantasy XIV does with a duty finder. Now, this is insanely nice, the instance finder, and when they added this was a great change too, but actually, you know what? I don't even want to say that, because I don't know how this works these days. I don't know if you can, oh man, can you do that? Is this just like the duty finder where you can create it? Oh my god, you can. Well, I take that back. That is actually awesome. Yeah, it looks like you can like recruit via this too. That's awesome. Okay, so my one criticism is gonna be silly, because it does look like, yeah, you create a group entry. Yeah, that's awesome. It doesn't look like it signs you up. It does look like it, you know, because like Final Fantasy XIV, let's just say that you want to go to Barad Gularan, it would just sign you up, right? And you would, and then whatever, as more people signed up for it, you would just automatically go in. But this is cool too. Like you can just create it via the panel, and then people can join you. That's actually really awesome. So, but yeah. Anyways, all right, that is it. I just want to say, like, I doubt that I don't think I'm going to be playing this. I just think like it's been like not enough of my friends still play it, so I probably won't continue on. But I just every once in a while I like to check in, you know, and see what's added and what's new. And they added by the way, they added a class called the Brawler, which I think is super dumb. It is like I played it and because I thought, oh yeah, this thing looks like a monk. The thing is though, like the lore of it seems like it fits into the game, but like I thought the animations were really lame, and like the way that it runs is just it's just not playable. Which, you know, I don't know. It is what it is, but yeah, that's that. Again, I think that you know, Lord of the Rings is still a great game. It's always going to be one of those games that I really enjoy, but I doubt that I'll continue on. But again, like they've done some really cool changes, and I really like to see, you know, when games do that, because otherwise it just gets stale. When they introduced the legendary item system, it was one of the coolest things that I thought, and it still is good. It's less complicated than it was before. So, you know, I would just say again, I think that it's a great game. It is, you know, even though, you know, I won't continue on, but yeah, again, like I said, I think that, you know, it's nice to see when a company, you know, actually gives a rip about their game and either fixes things or makes things, you know, a little bit more playable. And, you know, again, I think Lord of the Rings has done that. So that is my 2 cents on Lord of the Rings these days. Hope the guide was helpful if you've been wondering about the new legendary item system. And I don't know that I will do any more of them, but if you decide to play and enjoy the new legendary system, congratulations. I think it's great. And again, I think it's a lot easier than the old way. So good change, I think, overall. And as always, hope the guide was helpful, and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.